just wish to see you in. You know
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
I hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ladies, gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the SESAR Award 2021. With Triona, we are really happy to be with you today for this ceremony. As you are certainly well aware of, the SESAR 2020 program has been launched already early 2017. Indeed, we are today at the midway of this SESAR 2020 program with more than 80 projects that have already been delivering SESAR results, research results, and SESAR solutions, while today we have more than 70 projects speed and running that will deliver their SESAR result outcomes by end of 2022. So it's really the good time to look at the successful achievement of the project to date. And to do so, we have been organizing this award session according to 5 categories. The first category is recognizing the projects in the SESAR exploratory research area, recognizing the projects that are pushing the limits of our knowledge of ATM and aviation and applying innovative practices. The Industrial Research Award is looking at the project who have been able to deliver best-in-class SESAR solutions close to the industrialization. Then for the SESAR Demonstration Award, we try to recognize the very large-scale demonstration activities that have showcased SESAR solutions in a wider live operational context and that have been helping also to secure a broader stakeholder buy-in. So on top of these 3 categories, which are, to be honest with you, really overflying the full spectrum of the research and innovation pillar, we have decided to include 2 additional awards. The first one is the SESAR ATM Sustainability Award, which recognizes the projects offering solutions to reduce the ATM impact on the environment. So it covers reduction of the emissions or as well noise abatement procedures, but also contributing towards making Europe the most environmentally friendly sky to fly in the world. Then, last but not least, is the U-Space Award, which is addressing the projects that have been contributing or delivering the first batch of U-Space services that will allow progressively the introduction of the new vehicles into the ATM airspace. Around 40 projects submitted applications for the awards. So this clearly demonstrates the interest of the project into this ceremony. So to perform the evaluation of these applications, we have been setting up a panel with some distinguished aviation and ATM experts. And you can see in front of you the list of the different participants that have been contributing and helping us to realize the evaluation of the different proposals. So this panel has been selecting a total of 17 projects to go forward to the public vote. Indeed, to do that, we had to apply some clear criteria. So we had, of course, as usual, I would say, the technical criteria, and I can confirm to you that the panel has been performing a rigorous assessment, a rigorous technical assessment of the application. But on top of these technical criteria, we have been adding 2 other key criteria. The first one was dealing with the positive impact of the project on the environment, and the second one was dealing with the gender balance of experts working inside the different projects. So I would like already to warmly congratulate all the 17 shortlisted projects in reaching this stage. Indeed, all of you, and together with DSU, we have been facing a quite difficult situation since more than 18 months we have been impacted by COVID. So it means that all of you had to adapt your plan. You had to take into consideration new working methods imposed by the teleworking. You had to as well mitigate the risk and the issues that were caused by the COVID-19. However, although you have been working in these difficult circumstances, you have been all able to deliver according to the expectations. So this demonstrates really the enormous commitment and dedication of all of you into the program. And I think we need really to applaud this situation. So what about the 17 projects? So they have been selected because also they show enormous promise for our ambition of achieving the digital European sky. These 17 projects are also critical to building back the aviation post-COVID, to greening our sector and unlocking innovation. All key to boosting growth and jobs as outlined in the Sustainable and Smart Mobility Strategy of the European Commission. So this offers me the opportunity to introduce the next speaker. Indeed, I have now the great privilege to announce the keynote speech of the Commissioner for Transport, Adina Vălean. Unfortunately, she was not able to attend the ceremony, but she kindly has recorded her message in a video. So please, let's go for the video.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to open the 2021 edition of the Digital European Sky Awards. I will start with a confession. I'm passionate about innovation. I'm intrigued about how innovation can transform our lives. And among the projects represented today, there are a lot of inspiring examples. They are just a sample of the many SESAR projects developing innovative solutions for all aspects of modern ATM, from human performance and the integration of drones into European airspace to greater predictability and virtual centers, safer and optimized airport operation, and the secure sharing of ATM data. I'm also fascinated by your work on the scalability of capacity, reduced fuel consumption, lower CO2 and noise emissions, and much more besides. These projects cover the entire innovation pipeline, from exploratory research to industrial research to very large-scale demonstrations. They involve a variety of stakeholders, experts and researchers from many countries. I also see that over 30% of those involved are women. I hope that this event will serve to attract and encourage more women to get involved in the ATM innovation. As long as our ATM system is still fragmented, we'll not be able to organize our airspace in the optimal way or to adapt operations to actual traffic needs in terms of volume, operational constraints, and aircraft type. The European Green Deal and the Sustainable and Smart Mobility Strategy both identify the single European sky as key to lowering aviation emissions. Our proposal for reform would stimulate a more flexible and scalable provisions of air navigation services, and it will ensure the sustainable development of the sector. This is a quick win solution while we wait for the technology that can cut emissions. I have made the case for a single European sky to member states, and I hope that they will soon reach an agreement on our proposal. If this agreement comes within the next year, structural changes can come into effect by the end of 2024, when traffic is expected to have recovered to pre-pandemic levels. If we do not act, we will see the capacity crunch of 2018 and 2019 return, together with delays at airports around Europe. We will also continue to have unnecessary emissions. Despite the achievements we are honoring today, there is still more to be done to identify additional solutions and to deploy the ones we already have. SESAR 3 will be up and running by the end of the year. It will focus on developing the key building blocks of the digital European sky. I'm excited about what lies ahead as innovative concepts become operational reality. SESAR has taken European excellence in the ATM sector to the highest levels around the globe. I would like to thank Florian Guillermet and his team for their excellent work. Congratulations to all the participating project teams, and especially the winners of this 2021 Digital Sky Awards. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Commissioner Verleyen, for those words of support, and good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be here. Before getting this show on the road, don't forget the participants. You have a chance also to win, and we'll have more of that at the end of the ceremony. So please stay with us till then. So how is it going to work today? Well, for each award category, we will invite the jury members to come on stage. They will give an overview of the category, and then we'll play some teaser videos of the shortlisted projects. The jury then will conclude by announcing their votes. And then we'll move on to the public vote. And as you might know, this is the first time that we've opened the awards to the public. And we're very happy to announce that we've received 1,000 votes altogether. So thank you very much for all your support. One last thing, in addition to the prestige of receiving this award, the winning consortia also from each category will receive a certificate and specially engraved Belgian beer glasses with a little something to go into them. So let's go. Let's get on with the first category, exploratory research. I'd like to invite on stage the two members of the jury, who were Tatiana Bolic from University of Westminster and Laurent Renaud from Eurocontrol. Are they with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Tatiana.
Hello, Fiona.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Good afternoon,
everybody.
Laurent. So can I ask you to introduce yourselves a little further and provide us with an overview of this category? Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. Good afternoon to all participants. My name is Tatiana Bolic, which is long for Tanya. I'm a senior research fellow at University of Westminster, and I'm honored to serve also as the vice chair of the SJU's scientific committee. I have a very exciting task today to walk you through the exploratory research category of the SESAR Digital Awards with my colleague Laurent Renaud. And this is the category with the most potential candidates, and indeed it had the most candidates in these awards. The projects in this category investigate new ideas, concepts, and technologies, looking beyond the current R&D described in the master plan, looking more into the feeding the innovation pipeline in the future, going for when we have our industrial research done. What we found very exciting was that our nominees consisted of full-blown ER projects side by side with small, very focused projects which were funded by the Engaged Knowledge Transfer Network, and each and every one has shown impressive achievements. So with that, maybe we can start with introducing, I will give the floor to my colleague Laurent.
Thank you, Tanya. So thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Benoit. It's really my pleasure to be a jury member today of this 2021 SGU Award for the category Exploratory Research. I'm Laurent Renaud, the head of the Eurocontrol Experimental Center in the south of Paris, Bretigny, and I'm the Eurocontrol head of air transport innovation. I have more than 25 years of experience in air traffic management, first in the en route ATC real-time simulation. I spent 3 years in US for startup companies. I moved back to France and got involved in airport CDM, and then in 2005, I joined Air France and got involved in the SESAR definition phase. It's a long time ago, but I think it's important to remind us that it all started in 2005. And so within the SESAR definition phase, I was leading the cost-benefit analysis. Actually, right after the SESAR definition phase, as part of the SGU and FAA Atlantic initiative to reduce emission, we performed the first green flight from CDG to Miami. And then I built air traffic ATM and CNS team, leading Air France involvement both in the SESAR development phase and also in the SESAR deployment manager. And in March 2020, I took over Pierre-André Bé's role and responsibility at Eurocontrol. And so amongst other, I am a member of the SGU program committee.
Okay, so I think we're going to play some teasers of the shortlisted projects before we hear the jury votes. so we can hit the button there. Thank you.
Trainer for my hotel, good day, startup and pushback approved with provider tax. LM 154, clear to land, wind 0703 knots.
Yeah, good afternoon. Well,
How are you? Go ahead, please, with your presentation.
yeah, okay, then next slide, please. Or should I show my presentation? Well, today the voice communication between ground and air is fully analog. Manual input into electronic flight scripts is still needed, which, however, reduces the acceptance by the air traffic controller. Automatic speech recognition enables, though, the digital world to follow human voice communication. Next slide, please. So, what is Mallorca at a glance in 90 seconds? Well, in 2015, DLR and Saarland University have shown that assistant-based speech recognition enables sufficient performance for speech recognition. which however involves a lot of human experts and which is therefore very costly. Next slide or next part. The Mallorca idea is now to automatically adapt to new airports by just using recorded voice data and radar data to automatically adapt these speech recognition models. So next slide. So also something for our management people here. What are really numbers from this project? Well, we achieved command error rates for Vienna below 3.1% on command level, and also for Prague even we were below 0.6% recognition rate on error rate. And next. More important maybe we really reduce the workload of the controller for clicking by a factor of 3 just by using speech recognition instead of using mouse or keyboard, which enables reduced flight times, 77 seconds less per aircraft, which results in 60 liters of less kerosene, for example, for an A320. Looking on the 11 million flights which we had in Europe before COVID per year, which we could save just with using speech recognition, 200 million liters of kerosene, and that are 600,000 tons of CO2 emissions less just by using speech recognition per year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helmut. Thank you to all of you for these teasers. I think that the information was quite clear, straightforward. So we like very much that. So it's time now to look at the jury votes, and I would like to invite Tanya or Laurent to provide us with the scoring.
Yeah, so for STREFS, that was a very innovative project, paving the way toward higher automation levels in RTM. It's a toolbox that is measuring mental workload and stress level, and it could be used for the design phase in a new operational improvement, also for training purposes or during the operations. I very like it because it will be an enabler, helping the transition from today's situation toward a higher level of automation in ATM, and we could just expect that actually this promising toolbox will be reused in the near future for either other innovative projects. So the score, the vote for the jury for STRESS was 15. Tanya?
Let me go now with the retina. As you've seen from this from the nice video, the project investigated the potential and applicability of synthetic vision tools and virtual or augmented reality display techniques for the air traffic control for the airport control tower. What is also very exciting about the retina is that their results are being exploited in the industrial research. So this is one of the very nice clear paths of going from the exploratory to industrial research. And the jury vote for the retina was 15 as well.
So now for VG Aero, we all know the high impact of weather events could have on the ATM. It is a very interesting project that mixes innovative multimodal approach, crosses ATM and MET information in real time, with a very pragmatic approach through just a web services to bring information to the flow management position in order to support the decision-making process. I very like this project because it's just a successful example of what could be a fast-track innovation project with this ambitious objective of 3 years from ideation to this operation in the ATC room, in line with this Eurocontrol Innovation Hub initiative. So for VG Aero, the jury votes, the score is 15 as well.
And we go to the last project on the list, which was Mallorca, and we've heard from the project recently. They explored this active learning approach to analyze voice recording and corresponding radar data to improve the speech recognition and to have the tools that would improve the lives of the ad code, making also the workload less. So it is a very nice addition to the set of tools that are being explored in the SESAR. And the jury vote for Mallorca was 15 also. As you can see, we had a hard time of deciding because all of these projects had very, very nice ideas, even though very different areas. But they obtained a very good scores from us. And now we can go for the public votes. Benoit?
Yeah, thank you to both of you. And indeed, I think that you got the most difficult job, most difficult evaluation, because of first the amount of proposals we have received, but also because of the very high quality of these proposals. So indeed, it's time now to move to the public votes, and I'm asking now to get the vote for the first project, Stress, is getting a score of 3. For Retina, we have a score of 6. Vigero is getting a score of 5. And for Mallorca, we have a score of 5 as well. So in total, we see clearly that Retina is becoming the winner. So congratulations to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. A job well done by the team. Retina is the winner of the SESAR 2021 Exploratory Research Award. So I propose now to give the floor to the project manager, who is Sarah Bagassi. So Sarah, please, if you could come on stage to say a few words. Sarah, if you are
Thank you so
with us.
much. I'm here. Thank you so much. I'm really surprised, by the way. You were good also in keeping this as a secret. So thank you so much to everyone who organized, to the jury, and also to the public vote. It was completely, let's say, a surprise for us. I'm very proud, and also on behalf of the huge team who worked on this project, I'm very proud to receive this really, really important award. And as was mentioned before by the jury members, the best outcome of the Retina project is also related on the exploitment of the results that were achieved in 2018. And those results are now feeding the Industrial Research Solution 97. So I'm really proud of representing this dream team who worked onto this interesting topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. So up to you, Traiana.
Thank you, Sarah, and congratulations to the whole Retina team, and a big thank you to the jury for making that very difficult, helping to make the difficult situation better. So we got a public vote as well. So let's move on now to a second category, industrial research. For that, I'd like to invite the jury members. They are Damien Planot from Airbus, Francisco Sanchez Romero from Indra, and Thomas Buchanan from Skyguide. Can you hear me, gentlemen?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Can
Hello.
you introduce yourselves a little further and provide us with an overview of the category, please?
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is Francisco Sanchez from Indra. I am the director of the several ATM programs in Indra and also here in SESAR. I've been working in SESAR from the very beginning. So I'm currently sitting at the program committee. I am the program committee representative. And for me, it's a pleasure to be part of the jury for the industrial research category that I think is the one that is more related to the Indra's ATM activities.
Thank you, Francisco. Well, Damien Pléniot, working for Airbus as a technical leader for the air traffic management and unmanned traffic management program. Like my colleagues, I'm part of the SESAR program committee as well. I'm honored to be part of this jury today, and I just can't wait to discover who will be the winners in this category.
Like us all.
Thomas, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Thomas Buchanan. I work for the Swiss ANSP. I represent my company in the SESAR joint undertaking at the governance level, both in the admin board and in the program committee. And I've spent the last 29 years in the ATM domain. So I actually must say I'm really enthusiastic in seeing and also being able to reward project deliveries and the industrial research that is going on. Benoit already mentioned it. Industrial research assesses and validates the technical and operational concepts in simulated and in real operational environments according to a set of key performance areas. It allows transforming concepts from exploratory research into SESAR solutions that often reach pre-industrialization readiness. So I suppose with no further ado, let's go and see which projects have been shortlisted. Triona.
Thank you, Thomas. Let's roll the videos, please.
Welcome at Frequentis headquarters. We are very proud to host you here for this very, very important SESAR event.
The complete concept of moving control between different locations is enabled in a new way, in a much more flexible way, and we think in a much more cost-efficient way as well. Better continuity, better contingency, and more flexibility in the handling of the airspace.
The concept of virtual centers is fully in line with the airspace architecture design. The choice that has been made by several NSPs and the one on co-flight cloud service is fully in line with that. With their contribution, we would have much more interoperability achieved, and we would have a process in place to guarantee more resilience and more efficiency in the network. The virtualization is an important factor, and also we have a great example here with the contribution that Frequentis is doing, where you decouple the physical location from all the communication and air-ground integration needs. And this, again, will support the dramatic improvements that we need to have in the ATM network.
Airport safety nets, innovative solutions in the SESAR collaborative framework. Since the beginning of aviation, safety has been the main concern of every air transportation stakeholder. Until the 1990s, airport operation safety was operated by air traffic controllers, helping the flight crew find their way. In 1995, the Advanced Surface Movement Guidance and Control System, based on ground radar surveillance, helped the tower controllers, displaying the whole airport environment with all aircraft and airside vehicles superimposed on the airport map. From 2002 onwards, RMCA, a runway monitoring and conflict alerting function, was deployed at main airports to warn the air traffic controller when hazardous situations involving aircraft on a runway arise. Then came the SESAR program with outstanding results. SESAR has contributed to validate runway status lights and commissioned at Paris CDG Airport in 2016. This fully automatic system warns the flight crew with runway embedded red lighting in case the runway they are about to enter or take off from is already used by another aircraft or airside vehicle.
Tower, this is flight 74 Lima 28 Charlie.
Alerts for vehicle drivers have been validated at Paris CDG Airport. This onboard system warns the driver if they are about to enter a restricted area, such as an active runway, or in case of a converging aircraft. In the short term, this system will be deployed at several European airports. SESAR also validated new safety nets for controllers to help them manage traffic when associated with an electronic environment, like CMAC, conformance monitoring alerts for controllers, and the detection of CATC, conflicting ATC clearances. These functions, highlighting potential hazards, are to be deployed at major airports covered by European regulation, supporting the implementation of the European Air Traffic Management Master Plan.
How copy? Over.
Lastly, CMAC and CATC have been evaluated to accept many various inputs, such as airfield video cameras or ADS-B data. This way, airports without extensive ground surveillance technology are also covered. Moreover, at major airports, the whole maneuvering area is now monitored. In the short term, based on the position broadcast by each aircraft, traffic alerts for pilots for airport operations will warn pilots directly in the cockpit in case of converging traffic on the runway area during takeoff and landing phases. Commercial and business airplanes can also be equipped with new onboard safety nets. In the same way, performance monitoring alerts for pilots explores an autonomous capability to raise a visual and audio alert for the flight crew in case the aircraft is deviating from a given air traffic controller clearance or airport procedure. Safety tools for avoiding runway excursions aim to compute, disseminate, and integrate in the aircraft system a runway condition code characterizing the runway condition. Elaborated through various data sources, this code can then be used by airport operators to plan and maintain good runway conditions, and by flight crew to plan and execute their landing phase. All those airport safety nets can operate simultaneously with and in addition to other safety nets to reduce the risk of accidents on the airport surface. The more safety nets we have, the more safety we get out of them. Nothing would have been possible without the SESAR partnership. And now, in SESAR 2020, the active cooperation of 30 European partners under DSNA's lead. Airport operators, aircraft manufacturers, air and ground industries, research organizations, air navigation service providers, and Eurocontrol. These large partnerships are necessary to innovate, standardize, and rapidly deploy all the validated solutions.
Hello. Project 18 Wave 1 comprises several activities and solutions supporting many facets of one of the SESAR cornerstone: audit trajectory, mission and business trajectory, and trajectory business operations. It focuses in the RVT management and air-ground exchanges to support it, ground-ground interoperability, improvements of the alignment of the expert users and network manager trajectories by means of the extended flight plan, and improvements of the ground trajectories by using aircraft and linking information, all supported by the integration of aeronautical and meteorological information. And now I'm going to present a short video on ground-ground interoperability. Thank you.
Air navigation service providers can predict aircraft trajectories with great accuracy in their national airspaces, but they don't always have a clear view of the constraints they might find beyond their borders. So how can European control centres share flight information in a more efficient way to minimise delays and cost overruns in the network? 5 air navigation service providers, German DFS, French DSNA, Spanish ENIRA, Italian ENAV, and Eurocontrol Maastricht Upper Area Control Centre, along with technology providers Indra, Leonardo, and Thales, have been working to address the challenge in the SESAR research project on ground-to-ground interoperability, or IOP, and they have just successfully completed an advanced trial proving how European air traffic control centres equipped with different flight data processing systems from different vendors can work together as a single network, sharing information in real time to obtain a complete view of flight trajectory from takeoff to landing. Not only will safety and punctuality improve, but also situational awareness will increase and seamless operations will be ensured. And with a better flight efficiency, we will fly in a cleaner way. This new IOP mechanism has been validated through real use cases in 4 of the busiest air traffic control centres: Karlsruhe, Rams, Padua and Maastricht, enabling a more efficient trajectory management throughout the network. The IOP solution ensures optimum and environment-friendly flights, a new step towards smart and sustainable aviation and the digital European sky.
The Eurocontrol Experimental Center opens its door today to our stakeholders and colleagues to visit the validation of the minimum required separation reduction to 2 nautical miles, taking into account the required surveillance performance.
In order to apply time-based pairwise separation with 2 nautical miles MRS on the final approach, a controller support tool is required.
Easy to adapt, and the controllers, once they are introduced and once they are trained, then they can easily use it.
Working with the LORD tool significantly changes the final approach controller's working method.
Airports are essential nodes in a traffic management system in Europe and worldwide. The Earth project supports the SESAR deployment regulation and addresses European concerns on environmental sustainability, reduction of noise, and fuel consumption.
In a stepwise approach towards increasing runway throughput, and this is one step where we see an advantage to raise for the airport of Vienna.
Many thanks again to all of you for these very nice movies, nice teasers. So I think it is urgent now to move into the jury votes. And I think that this is Damien who will start with the first jury vote. Damien, are you with me?
Francisco on this one.
Okay, so Francisco will start, sorry. So please,
Okay.
Francisco, Paco, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, the project 16 solution 03 is enabling rationalization of infrastructure using virtual center-based technology, develops the concept for decoupling the controller working position from the servers that produce and provide the data. It is a key project for the realization of the new infrastructure paradigm envisioned in the airspace architecture study. So this paradigm allows all the ATM stakeholders promising solution for scalability and resilience of the ATM European network. So for this reason, the jury has scored the solution with 16.
Thank you, Paco. So the next project is SAFE. Well, as you all know, safety is one of the core values of our industry. Safety is one of the top objectives of the SESAR program as well. And what we loved in the SAFE project as a jury is that it delivered a comprehensive set of solutions addressing a broad range of safety threats, as you have seen in the video, runway incursions, excursions, and some others, and demonstrating tangible safety benefits from the very first airports and aircraft equipped, which is a great asset that has been secured, and successfully paving the way to a large demonstration phase, which is about to happen in the next SESAR program phase. And for that reason, we have decided to award this project with a score of 17.
So, in this case, project 18, it's a project from Wave 1 for the trajectory management. addresses the 4D trajectory concept from a comprehensive perspective. On the one hand, puts the 4D trajectory at the center of the all-stakeholder relationship, ensuring a consistent and consolidated view. On the other hand, works for achieving an increased precision of the trajectory throughout the collaboration between the ground systems and the aircraft. All in one, the project makes a very positive impact on reducing costs and increasing safety, with a very positive impact on environment by the reduction of CO2. For all these reasons, we have scored the project with 17.
And the last project, PGO2 Earth, well, as you all know, airport runways are a very scarce resource. And PGO2 Earth delivered a set of solutions trying to get the most out of the European runways, taking care about fuel consumption, CO2 emissions, noise footprint, wake vortices, and so on. What we appreciated from a jury perspective in this project is a very high level of innovation that have been put into practice. You have seen solutions like the ORD, Optimized Runway Delivery tool. And at the same time, the fact that they demonstrated tangible environmental footprint reduction, while at the same time improving efficiency and predictability of air traffic. So for that reason, the vote of the jury well, is of 18 for this project. So now, Benoit, please tell us more about the public votes.
So thanks a lot, gentlemen, for your contribution and for this assessment. And indeed, I think we can be proud of your selection, because all these projects have been delivering high-value SESAR solutions. So as you stated, Damien, it's time now to look at the public votes. And I will ask simply, what is the first scoring for the project 16, which is 4. Project SAFE, we have 4 as well. For the 4D trajectory management, a score of 6. And for the project 02 Earth, we get a score of 6 as well. So the total is leading us to project 02 being the winner of the Industrial Research Award. So congratulations to project 02, well done. I think your project is certainly a key project with a wider scope in terms of SESAR solutions. And so I would like to invite Valerio Capellazzo, who is representing the project, to come on stage and to say a few words. Valerio, are you on the frequency? Are you with me?
He's on his way.
Is on his way, so which is very good. If not, maybe somebody else from the project could take the floor.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Valerio Capellazzo from Eurocontrol. So on behalf of everyone, well, we are very happy and thank you for your vote, and thank you for everyone vote and appreciation for this project. It was a great collaboration with the different NSPs, industry partners, the airports as well. That was the key for looking at the solution and finding the way how to improve, hopefully, the runway throughput at all the different airports in Europe. And let's hope that now, after the whole pandemic crisis will be over, let's hope that we can put them also in good place and save even more fuel and considering this deployment. But thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Valerio. So we go now to Traiana for the next award. Traiana, please.
Yeah, congratulations, Earth. That was a fantastic win, especially given the very tough competition in this category. And again, thanks to the jury as well and to the public for their votes. So it's time now to go to the third category. The third category is the end of the pipeline. It's the demonstration category. And for that, we have a jury made up of 2 members. The first is Fiorella Lamberti from Leonardo, and the second is Benoit Funk, who's with us now. But so we will invite Fiorella on stage if she's with us. Hello, Fiorella.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. And first of all, I would like to thank SESAR GU for accepting me as a member of the jury for SESAR Awards 2021. It's a pleasure and an honor to be part of this top-level group of experts and have the opportunity to bring my contribution. I'm with Leonardo since 2016, but I've been working in the aerospace and defense sector for more than 25 years. And I started my career as a system engineer in the space domain, designing space and ground segment systems. Then I jumped more than 10 years ago into communication, and now have the position. Now my current role is a communication manager for funded research project. I have the pleasure to work with SESAR. I'm the communication manager for 2 projects and overall Leonardo communication activity in SESAR, but I'm also involved in the Horizon 2020 and European Defence Fund program, always for communication.
Great.
And
can you give us an overview of the category?
Of course, I mean, I worked with Benoit for the demonstration category, and that is, of course, of paramount important within the SESAR vision, because it can generate a further confidence and buy-in from stakeholders, as Benoit mentioned at the beginning. But this project can also accelerate the operational acceptance and industrialization, bringing project results closer to the operational environment and increasing awareness of positive solution, a promising solution among big groups of end users. We had, a very difficult task in evaluating, because all the projects in this session and all the shortlisted projects are outstanding model of collaboration, of excellence in technologies, and in the level of in the level of services. And in addition, they show a big potential for long-term positive impact on air traffic management performance. And of course, I look forward to following this solution development in the coming months.
Great.
Thank you, Triana.
Thank you, Fiorella. So now we will play the teasers, and we have one live presentation also. So if you could press the button there, please.
Improving safety, reducing CO2 emissions while maintaining airspace capacity are nowadays the top priorities for aviation. We have to tackle these challenges all together. A solution exists. Based on a better coordination between air traffic control and aircraft, it improves traffic flow management, it optimizes airspace capacity and reduces CO2 emissions while enhancing safety. This is the trajectory-based operations in 4 dimensions.
We are involved in the development of new concepts such as trajectory-based operations in 4 dimensions, i.e. the 3 geometric dimensions plus time. Including time as a key dimension is a great opportunity to fly closer to the optimal trajectory.
Take this aircraft flying on its own route. Apparently, there is no difference compared to a normal Airbus aircraft, except that this one is equipped with the 4D function. This function combines 2 means for data exchange between the aircraft and the ground, allowing the aircraft trajectory to be optimized.
The general idea is to benefit from advanced data exchange between the aircraft and ground ATC units to maintain a common, more accurate and updated view of the aircraft trajectory to be flown, to detect discrepancies and better anticipate the actions to be undertaken for safety and flight efficiency purposes.
Even before taking off, the aircraft is able to send accurate predictions of its planned trajectory, including, in particular, estimated times on particular waypoints with a very high level of accuracy. The trajectory prediction is updated as the flight progresses and can be automatically transmitted to air traffic control, who benefits for the very first time from highly accurate data that makes their task easier. Before entering a sector, the 4D function will identify possible discrepancies between the aircraft's intentions and the flight path expected by the controller. Finally, 4D will give accurate trajectory and arrival time at destination, resulting in a better management of airport movements, improved safety for both aircraft and passengers, and of course, a significant decrease in CO2 emissions.
100 in-service aircraft are being equipped with this new certified technology, and air traffic control ground tools improvements are in progress. Airbus is willing to further progress with air traffic management actors to make best use of aircraft data and widely deploy the 4D function.
Progressively, the 4D function will allow the deployment of more accurate ground tools, allowing controllers to manage smoother traffic with optimal separation between aircraft. All this being done with the intention to serve the most ambitious air traffic management goals.
Airbus is conscious of climate change and its responsibility to society. With the 4D technology, we want to optimize airspace capacity and cope with traffic growth, while continuing to increase the safety of operations and reduce environmental impact.
The SESAR demonstration activity led directly to operational deployment of Gatwick X-Man in December 2019, the first ever deployment of X-Man procedures for a single runway airport. It showed that absorbing delay en route can save more than 26,000 minutes every year in airborne low-level holding. That's around 1,200 tonnes of fuel saved and 3,800 tonnes of CO2 emissions. This is another step in delivering SESAR Solution 5, the Extended Arrival Management Horizon. It also contributes to flow-based integration of arrivals and departures management, which is SESAR Solution 54, by developing the common HMI to show arrival and departure data at both airport and London terminal control. This also meant developing swim capability to share data securely, a key enabler for the deployment of many ATM SESAR solutions.
Gatwick Airport has got a single runway used for arrivals and departures, so the first task is to set a runway spacing strategy for at least the forthcoming hour. That allows the arrival manager tool to calculate an accurate time or expected stack holding for each aircraft. The Gatwick X-Man procedure involves passing that information out to our neighbouring ANSPs. As aircraft heading towards Gatwick pass a 350-mile X-Man horizon, then neighbouring ANSPs, Maastricht in France, Ireland and Scotland, look at the predicted stack holding value, and where that number exceeds 7 minutes, then they instruct aircraft to slow down by up to Mach 0.04. And this takes about a minute of holding out of the stack and into the more fuel efficient en route phase of flight in the form of a slower cruise speed. The second part of the procedure is that as aircraft approach the descent phase, then NATS controllers have a look at the predicted delay. Where this is expected to exceed 5 minutes, then aircraft are instructed to descend at 250 knots. And this further takes an element of stack holding out of the stack and into a slower descent phase, reducing noise in the TMA and allowing the aircraft to save fuel.
Our experience shows that the demonstration projects really helped to speed up deployment. It made all the difference for Gatwick X-Man, which we were able to deliver to full operation soon after the SESAR demonstration finished. And that was really rewarding for everyone involved.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for these very nice videos. I would like to emphasize that the project we have been selecting have been really demonstrating the high value that can be brought by the demonstration activities. And this was quite difficult for Fiorella and I to realize the assessment, the evaluation of the proposals. So anyway, we need now to provide you with the votes of the jury. So Fiorella, please, could you go ahead and provide us the scoring?
Yes. Okay, for the first one, integrated airport operation, this project represents an important step forward, for implementing innovative ATM solution at airport. What impressed us was the focus on safety solution at airport platforms. It is critical in terms of services, with also realistic demonstration in the free airport with the connected life system in a real airport environment. And the vote for this project is 17. Okay, so the next one is initial trajectory information sharing. And this is a real SESAR solution, a breakthrough with the downlinking the FMS trajectory into the ground system. And it is a first implementation step towards the CAO trajectory-based operation concept in the world. So it contributes to a concrete, contribution towards more digitalization, increased automation, and exchange of data among all the actors, all the parts involved in the aviation value chain. This is the reason why we, the score for this project for us is 18. And then for the next one, this exercise has shown the cross-border SESAR trial for enhanced arrival management, PJ25. And this exercise shows the value of this very large scale demonstration project that can provide in accelerating, in expediting deployment. And in this case, going beyond the industrialization gap between the research and the deployment phases. In addition, this project provided accurate assessment of the performance benefit, showing how much efficiency impact on environment with reduction in CO2 emission and noises with the concrete results. And this is, the vote for us is 18.
Thank you, okay, Fiorella. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. Thank you a lot. And thank you as well for helping me in the evaluation of this proposal. So I think it's now time to move on to the public votes. So I'm calling now the score for the project 28, which was and which is scoring 7 digits. Project 31 is getting 7.2. And for the extreme project 25, the public vote is 6. So the total will be 25 for the winner being digits project 31. So congratulations to all the contributors to this project, to the team. Thanks a lot. I think your project is also very key in terms of bringing breakthrough solutions and flagships to the SESAR program. Now, I propose to give the floor to Thierry Arquin, who is the project manager. Thierry, are you with me?
Yes, Benoit, do you hear me?
I read you 5. Please, go ahead, Thierry.
Excellent. Good afternoon, Benoit. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be with you. And I am very honored to receive this SESAR award on behalf of the whole PG31 Digits team. And I will immediately associate our Digits sister Digits airspace user sister project with the airlines, participating airline to this award. The 6 participating airlines were, in fact, Air France, as you know, British Airways, EasyJet, Iberia, Novair, and Wizz Air. And these airlines were very instrumental
in making their aircraft available for this big project, and their pilot, their flight crew trained to make it work. So I just want to, like at the SESAR, the movie awards, I just want to to first thank our two project leaders. And they are now retired, but I know that one of them is with us today. So you recognize himself. It's Jean-Louis Bigot from Airbus, who has led the project during the most part of it, from 2017 to 2019. And hello, Jean-Louis, and congratulations for this award. Also, Tom Meyer from Airbus, who took over from Jean-Louis in the last year. And Tom was also the project leader for the Digits airspace users part with the airlines. I want to thank really the whole Digits and Digits AU teams. We were 19 active participant companies in this big project. And really, I appreciated the real teamwork, the enthusiasm, and the passion of all the actors that allowed to make this project a real success. We were able to install 90 or equip more than 90 aircraft, in fact, and fly more than 20,000 flights in spite of the COVID times. This was really amazing. We could perform a massive data collection that will be very instrumental for the next part of the deployment of 4D trajectory-based operation in Europe, with Ascensio, PG31 and 38, sorry, and the next projects to come for the deployment. And finally, I will finish with a big thank to the whole Airbus team. They will recognize themselves, and they are probably, some of them are connected. We had involved many talented people from engineering, design office, ground test, flight test programs, and commercial. First to develop the airborne function, test and mature it, and deploy it in our customer fleet. And finally, support the analysis of thousands of data. And this award is really yours, and you deserve it. So thanks again for this award. And I hand over back to you, Benoit. Thanks a lot.
So thank you, Thierry. And I think you have been stating something which is quite very important indeed. You have been referring to the airlines, and I would like to highlight that the SESAR solutions are also developed to bring benefits to all airspace users. I think we need to keep in mind when we are working on the SESAR program. So this concludes the demonstration awards. Back to you, Trajana, for the next award.
Thank you, Benoit. So it's now time to move on to the fourth category this afternoon, sustainability, which Benoit already mentioned earlier, that this is a new category in our awards. For this, I'd like to invite on stage the jury members, Olivier Jankovic from ACI Europe and Marco De Scischio from the European Commission. Are you there, gentlemen?
I'm here.
Great. Hi, Marco. Have we also got Olivier?
Hello. Yes, Christine, but I have a problem. I can't start my video.
Ah, okay,
so
no
maybe
problem.
That is something that comes from your side, but I think I need somebody to help me start the video.
Okay, well, we're checking it out, but I think if maybe perhaps we can start the presentation, your overview of the category, while we try to see what we can do. Thank you.
Sure. Well, thank you, Christine. Well, we're delighted that the SESAR JU has added a new category for sustainability this year. As we all know, climate change and decarbonization have become a scientific, societal, but also political imperative. And nowhere is that more true than in Europe, with the EU clearly leading the way and with the aviation industry at large backing those endeavors and having committed as well to net zero by 2050. Of course, these are at the same time not new issues for the SESAR JU and for SESAR in general. As from the start, it has all been about unlocking and developing further operational efficiencies, with most of the time direct benefits in terms of sustainability and the environment. And I think this is also reflected in the fact that beyond this specific sustainability category for these awards, All projects in all other categories have also been judged on their environmental performance and benefits. And I think that came very clearly, almost systematically in all presentations, that this project had indeed also significant environmental benefits. So I think this just showcases the SESAR JU's continued commitment to improving the overall performance of ATM and beyond of European aviation. Europe's long-term plan to decarbonize includes many exciting technological innovations for aviation, and we're all looking very much forward to that becoming a reality, from the introduction of electric and hybrid air vehicles to a more intensive use of sustainable aviation fuels. But greener aircraft will also need a more sustainable ecosystem in which to operate. And that brings to basically the project that have been shortlisted. All these are extremely relevant and indeed bring very significant environmental benefits. And they prove that SESAR has already developed technological solutions that can deliver a perfect flight in terms of carbon emission reductions, and that at the same time create a fully connected airspace. The inclusion of an exploratory research project, specifically Fly ATM Form E, in this category is also extremely promising, as it sows the seeds for future industrial research and ensuring that sustainability lies at the very heart of the program. And that completes my overall presentation for that category. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivier. So I think now we're ready. Marco, you want to say, introduce yourself, Marco?
Yes, thank you, Trina. Thank you, Benoit. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Marco Vesciscio. I have the pleasure of being the SESAR team leader in the European Commission's Single European Sky Unit. I just wanted to say as well as other jury members that it really has been a pleasure for me having the opportunity to look into some really interesting and promising projects, which I'm very sure will contribute significantly to the Union's Green Deal and Sustainable Smart Mobility Strategy. So just congratulations to all the candidates for their excellent work.
Thank you, Marco. Thanks a lot to both of you. So I think now we're ready to watch the teasers for these shortlisted projects, which this time I'm correct in saying includes a live presentation from NATS. So when you're ready, gentlemen, can you press the button and play the videos?
Welcome to the SESAR exploratory project Fly ATM4E, which means Flying Air Traffic Management for the Benefit of Environment and Climate. My name is Sigrun Mattes from the DLR Institute of Atmospheric Physics. The main objective of the Fly ATM4E project is to develop a concept and to perform feasibility studies in order to identify climate-optimized aircraft trajectories, which enable a robust and eco-efficient reduction in the aviation's climate impact. The climate optimization that we are performing takes into account the CO2 and the non-CO2 effects such as contrast zeros, water vapor, nitrogen oxides, which influence ozone and methane in the atmosphere, but also particulate matter emissions. FlyATM4E identifies those weather situations and aircraft trajectories which lead to a robust climate impact reduction despite uncertainties in atmospheric science in forecast by the use of an ensemble probabilistic forecast. The project consortium, which is led by the DLR Institute of Atmospheric Physics, is jointly implementing the work plan with the Technical University of Delft, with the TU Hamburg and the Madrid University. The project has started in the last year, 2020. So the COVID situation brought us to a lot of online meetings, and you see the team. And I can only invite you now to stay tuned. We will be ending by the end of 22, and you can follow us on social media in order to see the results of our research. Thank you.
So we have just one more presentation for this category. It's a live one from Adrian Clark from NATS. Adrian, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Good afternoon. Yeah, perfectly. Go ahead.
Fabulous. Our work in Project 25 basically continues the story we've had of doing research in SESAR and then moving it into deployed operations. So we started this journey back in SESAR 1 with Project 564, if you remember that, all those years ago. That was extended arrivals management, and it was a very simple concept which said that if our arrival manager tool made by Orthogon predicted that there would be arrival delay at Heathrow, then if that was the case, we should ask our neighbouring ANSPs to slow aircraft down from 350 miles away. And that means that aircraft fly slower cruise phases, save fuel, reduce emissions, and have less stack holding as a result. So that was the first stage of the journey. Then in Project 25, which is what we're talking about now, we took that one step further. We then started working with Gatwick, and Gatwick has just got the one runway where we mix up arrivals and departures on the same runway. And so in order to have our stable prediction of delay, we needed to set a runway spacing policy for arrivals and departures up to an hour out. And so that demonstrated the SESAR principles of working with partners, so not only with our neighbouring ANSPs, but also working with an airport, Gatwick in this case. We used SWIM to exchange arrival and departure delay so that both the airport and ourselves could see the same predicted delay. And that enabled us to set a stable policy so that for the mixture of arrivals and departures, so that our X-Man process worked. And then the neighbouring ANSPs around us, which is Maastricht and DSNA Shannon, and then within that's Prestwick in Scotland, controllers there follow the same principles of slowing aircraft when we think the stack holding ahead of us. And again, at Gatwick, that produced really good results. We took a load of stack holding away from the airport and moved it into a more fuel efficient flight, which of course produces less emissions. And then there's one other component on the sustainability part within PJ25, and that was going the next step beyond our first simple concept. There we looked at the additional benefit of trying to reduce bunching prior to the descent. So at the moment, if we think, and this mainly occurs at Heathrow, if there are a number of aircraft all arriving at the descent phase together, then at the moment it takes quite a lot of work from air traffic control to issue tactical headings and levels to turn that bunch of aircraft into a nice stream for the descent. So we did a bit of work in PJ25, also for Heathrow, to look at the calculation of target times for aircraft to fly to separate them out. And that last piece of work was only as a shadow mode, and we're now looking at, we're now doing work in PJ37 to mature that, to look ahead to a live demonstration. And that's our work. Thank you.
Thank you again for the presentation of your project. I think sustainability is becoming a critical issue that we have really to take on board of any activities. And I think we can be proud of having already several projects inside the SESAR program, taking care of the impact on the environment. So let's move on now to the jury votes. And if I'm not wrong, I need to invite Marco to give the votes. Marco,
Yes.
please.
Can you hear me?
Radio 5, yes.
Okay, because I had to change system, something went wrong with the connection. So let's start with the first project, Improved Parallel Operations, PBN to ILS at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. So this project implements solutions which are based on PBN capabilities that exploit satellite navigation systems. What we found to be commendable about this project is that it aims to achieve round-the-clock continuous descent operations at one of Europe's busiest airports, therefore contributing to limiting noise and gas emissions, which has earned this project a total of 16 points from the jury. The second project, Fly ATM 4E, what really distinguishes this project is that it tackles meteorological and climate issues, and not only in local and operational environments. What we really liked about the project is the interesting concept it proposes on identifying climate-optimized aircraft trajectories that can reduce aviation's climate impact. So we awarded this project with 17 votes. And finally, the Extreme project, which we've heard about already, addressing cross-border SESAR trials for enhanced arrival management in Gatwick and Heathrow. So the Extreme project has allowed to validate the benefits of new arrival management tools which result from the extended arrival management solution developed by SESAR at Heathrow and Gatwick. So the project has demonstrated the benefits generated by reducing holding times and vectoring in lower airspace, which can bring fuel savings of around 30 kilos per flight and reduce CO2 emissions of up to 90 kilos per flight. So for this reason, we have awarded this project with a total of, and my screen went away, suspense, 18 points. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Marco. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot as well to you, Olivier, for your contribution and for having to assess for the first time projects based on these sustainability criteria. So let's move on now, as usual, to the public votes. And I'm asking the scoring for the first project, getting a total of 6. We have Fly ATM 4E, who has been getting a score of suspense of 10, and we have the project 25 getting a score of 4. So the total will show 27 points for Fly ATM 4E. So congratulations to you, Fly ATM 4E, and in particular because you have been launched only 1 year ago, so you are part of the last exploratory research call. So congratulations to the team. And I would like to invite Sigrun Matus to come on stage and maybe to say a few words. Sigrun, are you with us?
Yes, I am here. I'm really very surprised, and thanks a lot. I'm very pleased and also to be nominated already with these 2 other projects, really inspiring. And I also want to thank really the community, I think, for voting on us. In Fly ATM 4E, we are really inspired about the research we are doing, and we are trying currently to establish the interface between the climate change research and the modern air traffic management. And I think this is, in our understanding, key when one aims to reduce the aviation climate impact. So let me please take the opportunity to thank my whole team from the Fly ATM consortium, because I mean, it's only possible if you have a good team and good co-workers. My colleague Volker Grebel from the DLR, Florian and Ben from the Technical University of Hamburg, also the TU Delft, Feja Jing and Manuel Soler from Madrid. In the same way, I really want to thank all the team from the Fly ATM consortium. We are having PhD students who are working and doing their research on the topic, and was only possible as a collaborative effort. When saying effort, I also want to really thank SESAR SJU, and also for the continuous support, in particular also Alessandro Priester, who helped us in challenging times. I think we all had this kind of really challenge in the year 2020. I want to thank all the experts in the SESAR framework program, because we find unique network opportunities here, and we find excellent exchange with other stakeholders. And I can only invite you, stay tuned. We are about to explore the potential, how to mitigate aviation climate impact, and when working together towards sustainable aviation. So thanks a lot again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sigrun, and please continue your excellent work until the closure of the project. So this concludes the Sustainability Award, and it's back to you, Trojana, for the next and final award.
Yes, as you say, Benoit, we're at the final leg of our awards. Just before I go on to the fifth and final category, just to remind you all that just to stay with us to the very end so that you can be in with a chance to win one of those prizes that I mentioned at the beginning. So let's move on now to the U-Space category. I'd like to invite on stage the jury members. They are Manfred Moore from IATA and Zoltan Vecchi from Hungary Control. Are you there, gentlemen?
Good afternoon. I am here. Can you hear me?
We can, loud and clear, Zoltan. How are you?
Okay, how are you? I'm fine, very much, thank you. Manfred, okay. Can we hear you? I can't hear Manfred, actually.
Neither. Have we got a sound issue with Manfred? Perhaps we can start with you, Zoltan, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
I will. So my name is Zoltan Vecchi. I work for Hungary Control, and I have been involved in the SESAR project and SESAR program management since 2018. We have done some. We have been involved in some pretty amazing projects, and we are also planning to host the next year's SESAR Innovation Days. We hope it's gonna be finally organized. Yes, it is. So yes, that's it about me, and I'm not sure if
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Hello, Manfred.
Okay. Hello. Sorry for being late, but yes, I'm Manfred Moore from IATA, and happy to work with Zoltan and with all of you since years now on SESAR. And I'm representing the airspace users together with Zoltan here. And the new category and the youngest category, I will say, after this sustainability as well. And we are very proud. And I have invited a friend of mine with this ceremony. He worked for me as well. You see this little guy here, my droney, she was also looking at all these projects, and she helped me and Zoltan with our voting. And I'm working now since 50 years in this area, and I'm happy that all our 290 airlines and members are happy to be one in the sky with the safety integration of these new kids. Thank you. And Zoltan, back to you.
Thank you, and true, very well said. So yes, about the category that is finally here. So drones are increasingly becoming a focal point, not only in the EU, but around the world as well. And further developments in this industry present us with a future of both opportunities and threats. One thing is clear though, this is one of the biggest challenges of our industry right now. It is also a pleasure to present this brand new category that has not been addressed before at the SJU Awards, U-Space. So U-Space is a set of new services relying on a high level of digitalization and also automation of functions and specific procedures designed to support safe, efficient, and secure access to airspace for a large and I assume in the future a very large number of unmanned aerial vehicles. So as drones are a growing business in Europe, delivering services in all environments, including urban areas, SESAR has also launched exciting projects dealing with drones. We can also state that a clear framework at EU level would allow the creation of a truly European market for drone services and aircraft, and also thereby harnessing potential for jobs and growth creation in this new sector of our economy. So we have seen great work overall, excellent projects, but we had to shortlist 3 of these exciting use space projects. So let's have a look at them.
Okay.
We've had the workshop. We had nearly 200 stakeholders attending. We've had some very interesting feedback on the intermediate CONOPS, and it's clear that a European drone operator should be able to operate in other parts of the world, particularly the USA, without too much difficulty.
So first of all, in the value of the CONOPS is that given this emergent market, the key role that we as government agencies have when it comes to Eurocontrol or NASA or FAA in the United States is acting as enablers of this market. And in that sense, we need to make sure that we're the driving forces to make sure that this emerging market is enabled in a safe and efficient manner. And we establish the right processes, procedures, regulations, and operational concepts to make sure that they're able to operate safely within this new paradigm. In terms of drones and urban air mobility, this is the future of the national airspace. This definitely, for us, at least on the United States, we view it as the most exciting time to live since the Wright brothers when it comes to aviation. In terms of aviation, we had the Wright brothers, we had the jet age, and now we have this new emergent market paradigm. And in terms of the roles and responsibilities between NASA and FAA and here in Europe, we have different operational paradigms. We operate our airspace differently, both based on our cultures as well as the needs of our societies. We have different needs and the way we do things. So in that sense, it's really important to make sure that first we try to harmonize our concepts as much as possible. Because these vehicles and manufacturers are not going to each stay on each side of the ocean. Whatever vehicles they build, they need to be able to operate globally. Likewise, because of the operational differences between us, we also learn each from different things of doing things differently from each other as well. There's positives on both sides. So exchanging that information is key to making sure that essentially we're able to collaborate and learn from each other. And it's almost like the collaborative result is net positive. It's almost like doing a 2 + 2 = 5, where each one of us brings in 2 units of research and knowledge, and then together we're actually winding up more than what we would have had alone.
We're now working on the final version of the CONOPS using the feedback that we received in the Rome workshop. Our aim is to release the CONOPS at the end of September, and there will be a dissemination event in Brussels on the 30th.
So we are here in front of the SAPHIRE project plan. What you see here are all the several flights which we're going to execute. So what you see here is the SESAR flight plan, which is tend to high tension line inspections.
Today we will perform a 1-hour flight approximately. We will demonstrate a scenario together with Amazon. We will show how the Unifly system for UTM is used for our missions.
The 2 other flight lines you see here is Amazon, which are performing delivery flight simulations.
So, as Amazon Prime Air, our main priority is to get packages to our customers in 30 minutes or less. So this week we're simulating those kind of flights in a variety of different scenarios.
What will happen later on today is that we will create a no drone zone area by simulating a chemical accident. It means that the flight which is ongoing here from Seattle will not be able to return because it will be blocked by the no drone zone, and that the Amazon delivery flight by itself will reroute itself to get back to its landing spot. Another flight that will happen today is the flight from Explicit, and they will perform an inspection flight in the harbor.
What we do is we fly the UAV into the plume from the vessel. You have then the smoke being sucked in here, the plume exhaust into this chamber where you analyze it using 4 different gas sensor data. transmit all the data to the GCS. We can analyze it. After 20 seconds, we have the results, and immediately we can contact the authorities if it's a non-compliant vessel that we measure.
And another flight today will be the flight from TechEver,
where we want to test all the systems and the integration with the UTM and to see what is out there in the water.
It's the whole inspection flight you see here in the Antwerp docks. So it's an inspection flight above the docks for oil spill monitoring, waste monitoring in the harbor. So that's it for today.
Thanks again for the quality of these videos, and I think that we need to recognize the good job that has been done by the different communication officers of our project and of our members. So I think that now we need to move on to the last jury votes, and to do so, I think I need to give the floor to you, Manfred. If I'm not wrong, you will drive us through the different votes, Manfred?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I read you 5, my dear, square 5.
Okay, and Joni and Zoltan and myself, we have done we had a hard job, you know, because it was really all three projects have been worth to be the winners, and because, for example, Chorus was exactly doing what was mentioned in the blueprint done by the SESAR's joint undertaking and by Airbus, by all the partners. They have been very clear with the concept of operation. They made a big progress, and my dear friend was really surprised to see that they are working under research and implementation already with plenty of stakeholders, and they are working close together, and this integration in the airspace on the very low level, of course, is very important. This was for Chorus. I think it was a very, very interesting project, and the European professional jury vote for Chorus, if you want to show it, was or is the points, please.
It's coming. Voilà.
Ah, yes, 15 points from the professional jury, and Joni is laughing. She's happy. She's happy. So. Yeah, next one was Domus, and Domus in 2017 the use space was started, and we have discussed it with the European Commission, and the commissioner, the former commissioner and the actual commissioner and the current commissioner, they are really keen to work with that. And Domus was a hand-to-hand technology. They have explained a lot, and they are working mostly in Spain. It was really fantastic to look for the integration with the ADSB, to look about technologies and further non-controlled airspace, and again integration and giving a really an efficient and work for this project. So the vote from the European professional jury was 17. Then finally, we had another project what has kept us a little bit over the night with hard thinking, and she was very happy to see that the airspace use was here respected, both manned and unmanned. They are working in the port area. They have integrated the drone flights, and Sapphire was tackled as the issue of an unregistered drones as well. And because this is one of the major issue that we are identifying also non-cooperative drones, and they have respected it very, very hard. And all three have done a really, really good job. And I can tell you that Zoltan and myself, that we are having a good result for them. You will see what the public will come, and the points are 18. This was the voting of the professional European jury. Zoltan, thank you, and to all of you in SESAR.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So thanks a lot to the European professional jury. So we are happy with your participation and contribution, but unfortunately, although the three projects are of high value, we need to have a single winner. So I guess that the public vote will be clear about who is the winner of this award. We will start with the first project, Chorus. So what is the public vote? It's 9. Moving to Domus, we have a score of 6. And last but not least, Saphir is getting 5. So with a total of 24 points, Chorus is the winner of the U-Space Award. So congratulations to you, Chorus, for the work very well done. We have now first concept of operations for the U-Space operations. And I will invite Hélène Malfit, representing the project, to come on stage for a few words, potentially. Hélène, are you with us?
I am, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we read you very well. Please, go ahead.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the entire Chorus Consortium, we are really happy to win. We were also really, really happy to be able to contribute to the advancement of U-Space. We believe that the R&D work done for the SJU is really an important boost to the drone market, as we can connect small, medium and large players from different sectors to all work together. So it is definitely not the end for us. We continue the Chorus work in Chorus XUIM, and I want to invite you all to please participate in the Chorus XUIM U-Space community network. Please join us, and we hope to see you in the future.
Thank you, Hélène. Thank you a lot. And again, a big congratulations to all winners. So to all winners, please, I would like just to remind you to stay online, because really we would like to make a family picture at the end of the event. So we are progressing towards the end of this award ceremony, but I think that we would like to allow you to get additional prize. Indeed, I think if we have been able today to recognize the successful achievements of the different projects, this is because of, or thanks to, the effective collaboration of all contributors to this project. Without your participation, your contribution, this project would not have been successful. So this is the reason why with Triona, we would like to give you a chance to also win a prize, and we have prepared a short quiz.
Okay, so you actually should see me right now, but I think there's a little problem with the presentation. But to let you know, before we start with the first question, you're in to win 5 headsets today, one for each of the questions that will be presented. What we want to ask you to do is write your answer in the chat immediately after every question, and the first to answer wins. So you got a sneak preview of the first question, but hopefully we'll get going now. Okay, so question 1. The results of which shortlisted exploratory research projects have moved into industrial research? There's a countdown of 20 seconds to answer the question.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to draw your attention about the questions. You see the plural form of the word project. So we would like to get, in fact, 2 projects, which is normally the correct answer. So
first to put their answer into the chat wins.
First come, first serve. So time is up, and I'm looking if we have a winner. And indeed, Sarah, it's your day today. So Sarah Bagassi is winning the first.
Yes, but I'm out of the game because I'm part of the game.
Oh,
okay.
Tina is my project, so maybe the second answer.
This is the second winner.
Yeah.
So we need now to give you the answer, of course. So the answer was the 2 projects, Mallorca and Retina. And what was clear is that the outcomes of these 2 projects have been taken into consideration as input for the Wave 2 industrial research goal.
Instead of Sarah, seeing as she's kindly said that she's out of the game, we have another winner.
We have another winner, so can I get the name? Oh my God, Thomas. Okay, so Thomas, congratulations. And thank you, Sarah, for giving the gift to Thomas. So let's move on to the second question.
Yes, question number 2. Which industrial research project undertook a real-time simulation in this airport environment? So take a good look at the picture. You've got 20 seconds to put your answer into the chat.
Yes, indeed. Just to help you a little bit, have a look to the picture. It's an airport which is located in the core area of Europe. So in the northern part of a country located to the south of Belgium. One second to answer, so time is up. So do we have a winner? Yes?
For the answer first?
Yeah, yes. So Nicolas Léon is the winner, and he has been correctly answering to the question. Indeed, on the picture, you will recognize the airport of Charles de Gaulle in Paris, where there was a simulation on the safety net for air traffic controller. So the correct answer was safe. And then we can move to the next question.
Yes, question number 3. Which demonstration projects show the benefits of aircraft flying closer to their optimum trajectory? And this is a picture from the video that was shown. And you've got 20 seconds to answer.
So have a look to the dotted line, the fuchsia dotted line, and to the line that is steering towards the antenna. This should help you. We have seen this picture into one of the previous videos. So time is up. So the answer is project 31, so digits. So you remember that we have been clearly reporting about the downlinking of the trajectory directly from FMS into the ground system, and we have we have a winner. Oh, Patrick, it seems a bit unfair. So Patrick Souchu is winning this gift. Okay, thank you. So congratulations, Patrick, and we can move to the next question.
Number 4. Yes.
Number 4.
Yeah. So have we got the question on the screen? Which U-Space project brought the former commissioner to witness their project in action? It's another snapshot from their video.
Yes, indeed, Traiana. So you could recognize an airport somewhere in Belgium, a drone port in reality, and the name of this drone port is in Croydon. So I guess it can help you to find the correct answer. Okay, time is up. So, of course, the answer was very simple. It's a SAFIR project who has been performing some real-time activities into this drone port. And I'm looking, and we have Nathalie Mori, who is the winner of this. Congratulations, Nathalie. Well done. And we can move, therefore, to the last question.
Last question to win one of these. Okay, so if we go to the next question, please. It's which project in the sustainability category carried out flight trials in this airport? Off you go.
Looking to the picture, you should recognize the airport, which is located in the western part or western side of the channel. So it is located in the south part of this big island. You have still 5 seconds to answer. Then the slot is done. And of course, you can recognize Gatwick, which was part of the Project 25 demonstration activities called Extreme, allowing to already anticipate the arrival to Gatwick as of France. So it was a very nice cross-border demonstration activity. So the name of the winner is Georg Stefan Fritz. So congratulations for winning this good prize. So I think that this concludes the quiz. So Traiana, I would like to conclude in stating that we can be very proud
Indeed, yeah.
of what has been achieved so far by the SESAR 2020 project. I'm really looking forward to seeing how SESAR 3 will be able to build on the current achieved results. As you know, we are currently defining the multi-annual work program that will scope the future SESAR 3 program, and in particular, we define the technical content that will be used as input for the coming calls. And as part of this technical content, we want really to ensure that we will deliver the ATM solutions that will answer to the European Green Deal policy. We want also to offer the opportunity to the different industrial to adopt an agile methodology with the aim of making the fast track of the development of the solutions. And last but not least, we would like to close the gap with the deployment in order to accelerate the market uptake. So I think, again, we can be proud of all the results. I think that we need as well to really thanks a lot all the project, all the members, all the contributors to this SESAR award. Many thanks, Traiana, for helping me to, let's say, manage this ceremony. So just for your information, we will have the next award at the next WAC, so the WAC 2022, which is scheduled in Madrid. So I would like to invite all the winners to come on the virtual stage, and this is for the picture, so the family picture. Then for the other attendees, I would like to tell you thanks a lot for your participation. My last word would be that allez les rouges, so the Red Devils will win this evening. Good luck for the Red Devils, and take care for all of you, and goodbye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Can I guess everyone put on your camera, please?
You want something special? Hands up.
That's a good idea. Hold on.
Is anybody taking the pictures?
Almost. Thank you. Sorry, Trina.
This? Okay. What a nice sky.
Ah, yes. We're not really many. Come on.
Of you.
All the support.
Congratulations. Well
Congrats,
done.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bravo.
It's really, I mean,
Congratulations to everybody.
yeah.
Thank you so
really.
much for organizing that to all the SESAR JU and SESAR Camp.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were not able to offer you a bottle of champagne. So
Yeah.
it was quite
Next time,
difficult,
next
but
time.
Okay.
we
So we'll see.
we pass it
We'll
to
see
you
at the
virtually.
Let's meet at the World ATM Congress in Madrid.
Okay.
Exactly,
Sure.
exactly. We will be the old winners, so we are fine to say yes, hello, that's us.
You can hand over the prizes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Actually, you can hand over the beer glass, you know?
Exactly. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. It might be empty by then. Not sure.
Yes. Yes. Christine, are we missing?